Greetings, fellow Virgin Islanders and friends. I am truly honored to have been granted the awesome opportunity to serve you in the 34th Legislature of the Virgin Islands as your elected senator. I do not take this privilege for granted in the least. For the next few minutes here this evening, I will share with you a high-level summary of my first 100 days in office as your senator. And I will also include a few of my major priorities for the remainder of my tenure in office. But before I move forward, I really would be remiss if I did not mention and give kudos and recognize some very important people. I want to recognize some of the folks who really are the glue that really keeps this office running, keeps the engine flowing smoothly. First of all, I want to recognize my Chief of Staff, Mr. Cosme Christian. Cosme is an indispensable part of this team. I could not have done this without him. I want to recognize Mr. Dwayne Colwood, who functions as our Chief Legal Counsel. Dwayne also serves as the Rules Committee Manager. Want to really recognize, of course, Dr. Clinton Stapleton. Clinton is my policy advisor. I know you see him everywhere. He is everywhere all at the same time. Of course, Pauline Dawes, you know her. She used to work at Human Services. I was blessed to have her join the team as my special projects coordinator. So, you know, you are only as good as the quality and caliber of personnel that you have as part of your organization, as part of the team. And I am just very blessed and very fortunate to have a very solid and tight team. Additionally, I mean, you always hear folks talk about the central staff employees, and I must say that I was pleasantly surprised at the quality of the central staff employees that we have. Persons from journal, transportation, legal, the executive director's office, HR, and media. They are the individuals who work behind the scenes to make the senators look good. So kudos to you, members of our central staff. I could not have been successful for this first 100 days without you. Very early in my tenure, I was fortunate to be entrusted with heading the Committee on Rules and Judiciary. This is one of the most important committees in the legislature. And I mean, I must say that. And typically, you know, a veteran senator would hold that position, but my colleagues trusted me with this office. Rules really is charged with doing some very important things, along with vetting the nominees for the various government agencies, boards, and commissions. The Committee on Rules and Judiciary is also the clearinghouse for the Virgin Islands legislature. And when I say the clearinghouse, any and everything, any bill, any resolution, anything that passes through the Virgin Islands legislature will eventually make a stop at the Rules and Judiciary Committee for further vetting. So, you know, it is an awesome responsibility as Rules Chair. I am involved with scheduling, determining what comes on the schedule, what is priority, what should come first, what should come second. So it's an awesome responsibility. I am just elated at the confidence that my colleagues have entrusted in me, and I will do my very best to carry out the duties and responsibility with integrity and effectively. Okay. When I first you know, hit the ground running as far as heading this committee, one thing that I did notice, one thing that was, you know, real to me, was that you have a number of talented, qualified Virgin Islanders who are eager to serve, you know, eager to volunteer and make contributions to this community in terms of public service. However, they are very reluctant to accept nominations to boards, commissions, and departments, primarily because of the fear of going before the Senate. You know, that is a big, a large amount of anxiety and hesitation that comes with making that decision to do that. So, you know, recognizing that, as Rules Chair, I aimed to focus my attention on creating an environment whereby nominees would have a certain level of comfort in the process. What I do is I made it a priority to meet with each and every nominee, meet with them on a one-on-one basis, just to give them an overview of what to expect during the nomination process. They were able to ask questions about the process. You know, we were able to very early on consolidate the process in terms of we had multiple applications being conducted, being completed. One by Government House, for example, another one by the Rules Committee. We were able to really do some major consolidations. Also, in addition to allaying the fears and apprehensions of these individuals, we made the process a lot easier. We eliminated some of the duplication. We streamlined the process. So we created a fillable document. So now the rules application process, the questionnaire, is done electronically. You can sit down before your, in front of your computer, complete the document, and just press send and send it back to our office. So the process is a lot cleaner. It's a lot more efficient, and that is a result of the strategic changes that we have made since coming in office. So I feel very good about that. I think and I hope that this process will alleviate some of the anxieties for nominees. It'll encourage more qualified Virgin Islanders to serve because I am of the firm belief that service is a noble calling of the highest order. For the first 100 days in office, we were able to, the Committee on Rules and Judiciary met approximately 4 times, and we were able to appoint nominees to boards and commissions such as the Board of Land Use Appeals, the Board of Architects, Engineers, and Land Surveyors, the CZM, or the Coastal Zone Management Commission, the Board of General Contractors, the VI Taxi Cab Commission, the University of the Virgin Islands Board of Trustees, the VI Board of Pharmacy, the VI Board of Social Work Licensure, the Virgin Islands Housing Finance Authority Board of Directors, the Board of Aquaculture and Mariculture, the VI Real Estate Commission, the Public Service Commission. As a matter of fact, the Public Service Commission did not have sufficient individuals on the commission to have a quorum. A board that is as critical as that one was going without a quorum for quite a while. We were fortunate to approve the nomination of Attorney Pedro Williams to that important board. Now the PSC has a quorum to meet and make the important decisions that they are responsible for making right now. We also were able to confirm the nomination of the Commissioner of Public Works, Mr. Derek Gabriel. So now Public Works has a full-time, duly appointed commissioner. All of the nominees, close to approximately 16 to 20 nominees, all were sent to the full body for their full consideration. In addition to the nominees, as I mentioned before, Rules is charged with vetting critical bills. Once bills are assigned to the Committee of Jurisdiction and these bills are heard, the next step in the process before going to the full body for an up and down vote, there is a second opportunity to vet the bills, to call in additional nominees or individuals who may want to comment on the bill. There's a second bite of the apple. This is all done if there are other amendments that need to be made. All of this activity takes place in the Rules Committee. So I'm saying it is a very critical, very vital part of the legislative process, the Committee on Rules and Judiciary. We had several very important bills that were passed, and I'm just going to single out, a couple really important ones that I think were you would like to know about, and it was related regarding WAPA, the Water and Power Authority. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. My position on WAPA may be a little different from others. I really believe that WAPA is on a success trajectory, and I did say a success trajectory. They're not quite there yet, but WAPA has a very dynamic plan, in my opinion, to do major undergrounding of the utilities. The erection of the composite poles has been started already. St. John is practically completed. There's some places on St. Croix the process has started, and it's slated to start here on St. Thomas. These composite poles will sustain significant wind speeds, upwards of 200 miles per hour. So when the next event takes place, we don't have the same major catastrophe with poles and wires running all over the place. So the composite poles will be erected. There are the renewables, the wind and solar, that will eventually make up 20% of the grid. We've already started the process of installing the smaller Wärtsilä propane generators to create a more reliable and efficient power generation process. So these are some major things that we've never in our history had an opportunity to do. We have over $1 billion that has been pledged to these very important initiatives by FEMA, HUD, etc. The money is going to be there to implement these major projects. What has been really the missing piece of the puzzle has been WAPA oversight, to ensure that these initiatives and the funding that has been pledged are used properly. We don't have, multiple change orders along the way. That has been the crux of the challenge for the Water and Power Authority, the issue of oversight. The initiatives that were passed expanded the oversight responsibilities of the Public Services Commission. Whereas the Public Service Commission right now, their jurisdiction was only for its rate setting, and the courts have made it clear that, by law, the Public Service Commission will be overreaching in its attempt to further exert their oversight over the Water and Power Authority based on the law. The judge made it clear that if the PSC is to have additional oversight, the responsibility is on the Virgin Islands legislature to make the law clear. Executive Director Donald X. Cole, I think he has been really pushing and pressing for this initiative for a number of years now. Legislature heard him, heard his cries, heard his pleas. The initiative was brought before the body, vetted through the various committees, and it was eventually passed. So now the next step in the process is for the Honorable Albert Bryan, our governor, to review and hopefully put a seal of approval on passing that bill so that the Water and Power Authority will receive additional oversight from the Public Services Commission. And we're hoping that this is an opportunity to try something different. It is imperative, I believe, for us to try a different approach if we are to have any hopes of yielding a different result. And this is really the first time in our history that we will be trying this approach with the Water and Power Authority. So I'm very hopeful and very encouraged by where we're going to go once this bill becomes law. The bill also provided for a turnaround company to do an analysis of the Water and Power Authority. It empowered the board to seek the assistance of a turnaround company with the specific aim of reducing the cost of power in the territory. Bottom line, the people of the Virgin Islands are concerned with, is my WAPA bill going to be significantly reduced? 42, 43, or 44 cents per kilowatt hour is still an unacceptable, without question, rate for members of this community and the business community to be paying. So those are just some of the really meaningful measures that we have passed over the last 100 days in office. And look, just shifting gears a little bit, not every initiative that we are going to be implementing will require a bill. You don't necessarily require a bill for everything, okay? And so that is, I'm saying that to say, just to introduce to you, one of our major special community outreach initiatives called the Plant a Seed Challenge. Plant a Seed Challenge, the beauty and the power is in its simplicity. We're working with, in conjunction with the University of the Virgin Islands School of Agriculture, the new School of Agriculture, the UVI Extension Service, Dr. Akil Peterson, Mr. Chico George, and Dale Morton. They have served as our technical guides throughout this process. We also have a number of Virgin Islands businesses, and I'm a little nervous because I don't have written down all of our sponsors for this community-based initiative. But I'm going to call some names and hope that I don't forget any. We have, of course, Banco Popular, who were very eager and excited about joining us in this Plant a Seed Challenge. We have the Home Depot, who came on board very early. We have Eastern Lumber. We have Real Estate by Tanya Garnett. Of course, we have Cost You Less. We have the Fruit Bowl. We have the University of the Virgin Islands, as I just mentioned. And of course, we have SmartNet, who are very instrumental also in supporting this initiative. I mean, it was just exciting to see that we did not have to persuade these entities to get on board. They saw it as such a positive opportunity for us to spark the love of home gardening, particularly in young people. We're looking at young people from the age of 5 through 18. We want to get the family involved. We want to replace screen time with green time. We want the families to engage. Even though we're saying it's for these young people from 5 to 18, we still are encouraging families to engage with one another. Just to put down the box. I have a 17-year-old son whose pastime is this PSP and all of this stuff, and the cell phone. You never see them without it. I'm saying, okay, let's just stop for a couple minutes, go outside, and plant a seed. It's a competition. These young people are going to be able to plant a seed. They're going to have to